Alright, quick update on Bitcoin. So it looks like the bull trap is complete as we are heading to the downside after yesterday's pump. We are currently solidifying almost 100% correlation with these two fractals in terms of the price action, momentum indicators, moving averages, etc. And not only that, we are also almost solidifying another 100% correlation with this hidden bearish divergence fractal, where the price is moving to the downside but the RSI was getting overextended. And we've basically done the exact same thing over here. There are a few similarities, mainly being that the market is a little bit weaker than it was previously. So what you can see is on the daily time frame, if you're a seasoned veteran on my channel, you would have seen this before. Asymmetrical triangle, break up, M pattern to the downside after getting rejected from the daily EMAs, break down, asymmetrical triangle, break to the upside, invalidation point into the daily EMAs, break down, M pattern is solidified, and then you take that next leg to the downside, which is why I'm saying, in my opinion, the bull trap is complete. I don't think there's much more room to move to the upside, if any. If we do draw this line out, let me mark it as green for support, as we are still technically above this right now. You can see, you had the run to the upside, came into the daily EMA ribbons, broke down, back tested the floor, bounced back up, and now it looks like we're starting to head down, and it looks like we're going to take out the floorboards of this M pattern. Now, I'm not even going to give you the price target of the M pattern. It's really not important, in my opinion. This was just a quick short-term update. If you do watch my channel, then you will already know my price targets. I think we're going a lot lower than this. 18,500 is technically the next line in the sand to fill the CME futures. Yes, we did go beneath 18,500 already, but we did it over the weekend, so it will not count over on the futures markets. If we do look at the 4-hourly time frame as well, you can see, CPI numbers came out here, broke down, bounced back up. This was a bull trap, another bull trap once again, back testing the 4-hourly EMA ribbons, and now we're starting to head to the downside. Decent amount of volume coming in. Really, there weren't too many buyers to prop up this market at this moment in time. 4-hourly time frame, it looks like the squeeze mom is returning to the heartline, but as we are starting to drop pretty drastically, down 2.6% today after back testing basically all of your EMAs. The 1-hourlies flip bearish, 4-hourlies bearish, dailies bearish, weekly EMA ribbons are miles above our head. I think the squeeze bomb is going to start ticking in very soon. Weekly time frame is still extremely bearish, saying the momentum has not subsided. If we do head over to the Heikonashis, you can really see that we are basically just hanging in, and that quote-unquote pump from yesterday is literally just this tiny green candle, which is soon to be dragged to the downside. If we look at the daily as well, you can see most of the clusters are bears. We also talked about many different patterns, many different signals on why I thought we were breaking down on my channel. In the past couple of days, I made a plethora of videos. We talked about the volume profile, saying the next ranges that we would need to drop below. We talked about the money flow index, this bearish fractal that was playing out, double divergence, which I've updated you on, next move, pi cycle bottom flash. We also said, this is going to be a fake out, 400,000 Bitcoin sold, Bitcoin dominance looks like it wants to move to the upside. We've got all different types of bearish signals for BTC USD, and once again, this fractal is playing out absolutely beautifully. It's got about a 90, I'd say at least 95% confluence, and the only reason why I wouldn't say 100 is because when we did have this original M pattern, we came up into the daily EMAs once, back tested support, came up into the daily EMAs twice, and then broke down. Over on here, we're showing extreme weakness. We came into them once, back tested support, came back up, and did not quite get into the daily EMAs. In fact, this is just a further signal to show extreme weakness in the market. We are breaking beneath both this asymmetrical triangle floor, and if you do want to draw it from the top, if you want to imagine this as a bull flag, that is completely fine. It really doesn't matter about the top line of support right now. It matters about the uptrending level of support, which is currently getting capitulated beneath at this moment in time. So, quick update on this fractal, bearish I'll talk about the bearish divergence now, but this fractal is playing out to the teeth. In my opinion, the bull trap is already done. If we do head over to my other browser to talk about the hidden bearish divergence, you can see this previously played out where you've got highs up here, followed by a series of lower highs, followed by a series of lower highs. On the oscillator, you've got highs, series of higher highs, high highs, higher highs. This is hidden bearish divergence. Because of this, we took a massive leg to the downside. Over on here, you can see series of highs, series of lower highs, lower high over in the lower time frames, and because of this we're looking at the RSI. RSI has highs, series of higher highs, couple of higher highs over here, and now we're starting to rate to the downside. So, you know, once again, as soon as the RSI starts to kick in and we start to pull back down to the downside, as soon as the BTC USD price starts to capitulate beneath the trend line, the uptrending level of support from this original bearish pennant, the bull trap is going to be complete. We're going to take that next leg to the downside. Once again, in the longer time frames, I think the 300-week moving average is probably the next mid-term price target to keep your eyes on. If I pull this one up, MA 300, where is it? Weekly time frame? Where's it gone? Let me click on this. Here we go. I don't know why I didn't show up there. But 18,500, the next level on the sand for the CME futures. 16,900 is the next level from the 300-week moving average. We also talked about the volume profiles for the visible range. I definitely recommend you check out this video. There is some support around about the 14,000 region. That's the next leg to the downside. Well, technically 16,000, the next leg from the downside of that is 14,000. So 14,000 is really where I start planning on aping into Bitcoin. But I also do think there is a chance we can move down to 12,000. There are more clusters of support when we do look at fixed range volume profiles. And there's AB equals CD patterns down there. There's the wave one of the Elliott wave theory. There's just so much going on in the markets right now, but nonetheless, I don't want to dive into all of that. I did just want to give you a quick update, letting you know, in my opinion, the bull trap is complete in the next couple of days. Get ready for that next leg to the downside. As always, my friends, cowboy out. Peace.